What is there in a name? How are the drugs named? Why ibuprofen is called as ibuprofen? Is it the only name or it has some other name? Are aspirin and acetyl salicylic acid the same thing? What is the basis of all these? Let's get into the mechanics, traditions, and rules of this name game in today's episode. Welcome all to IS Pharmacology Difficult Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Radhika Vijay, MBBS MD Pharmacology, and this is the audio hub to get the best simplified basic tips, strategies, methods, and lots of ideas to learn better, understand better, and make your concepts crystal clear. If you really find and if there's a question hovering in your minds, is pharmacology difficult? Lend me your ears for a while and let in the magic of knowledge. On the basis of names, drugs are classified, the grounds being the anatomic structure, molecular entities, or organisms, whatever it may be. Broadly and descriptively, I have to discuss today three categories or three classifications of the names of the drugs. I may not be able to cover all the three, but let's commence the talk. The basic three classifications or categories of names of drugs are: the first one is the chemical name, the basis being the molecular structure. It is also called as the scientific name for a drug. The second one is the international non-proprietary name, and you may know it very famously and commonly as the generic name. It is actually the approved drug name. Then the third one I want to tell you about is the proprietary or the trade name. It is famously called as the brand name. Our today's talk is commencing with the scientific name on the grounds of the molecular structure or the chemical structure. As I've told you, the chemical structure or the molecular structure, it defines the chemical or the scientific name. It defines the arrangement and the placement of different atoms, molecules, and you can imagine that all in the diagram of the drug. So you can imagine how difficult, how complex are these names. They are so long, they are tough to pronounce, and see, you just listen to these examples and everything you'll get to know. Paracetamol is chemically named as acetyl P-aminophenol. What is this complex name? Propranolol is chemically named as 1-isopropylamino 3,1-naphthyloxypropane-2-ol. Did you remember that? Can you revise it? No. If you are asked to prescribe all the drugs with their chemical names, well, I don't challenge your memory or learning potentials, but dear medical students, this is a tough job. It's cumbersome, it's confusing, and it is bound to be prone to a lot of errors, isn't it? Only a few technically trained people can find the use of such names. And that is also, it will help them only to discover new related compounds. But how is it useful to the medical healthcare workers? I don't get it. And how is it useful to the common layman people? Not at all. No way. Now to ease out a little, some coding was adopted. Yes, some coding was done for some time, like capital SKF 525 was a drug name. Later on, when this drug was approved, it was named as Prodifen. I don't know whether you have heard of this drug or not, but yes, this was approved, okay? And another example in the row is capital RO151788. Now this drug, this coded name of the drug, this drug was approved and it was named as Flumazenil. I'm sure you might have heard of this name. But again, how many codes will you assign to infinite number of drugs? Can you learn and remember these codes? I know you cannot. Even I cannot. Nobody can. So why worry? Definitely, no worries at all. No need of memorizing such a lot of data. We are not computers. So next what? Definitely there was a dire need of some other type of naming methodology and systems, and then came into tradition of non-proprietary or generic name. Well, today I will give you a simple idea of all these, and the details, they will be postponed till the next episode. Okay? Now to be very specific and up to my best accurate knowledge, these are international non-proprietary names, abbreviated as capital INN. Now it is the official generic name given to a drug, and they are abbreviated, they are finally approved names. And it is only for those drugs which have some usefulness. I'm talking about some therapeutic potential. Got it? Not all the drugs are given these generic or non-proprietary names. It is the name adopted by the competent authority. And what is the name of this authority? United States Adopted Name Council, famously abbreviated as capital USAN. Got it? Now, as there is a capital USAN, there is a British Approved Name Council also, which is abbreviated as capital BAN. Now, these generic names, they are observed uniformly all over the globe by international agreement through the WHO, that is World Health Organization, and then they are used for the recommended international non-proprietary name, which is abbreviated as small r, capital I, capital N, and again capital N. Okay? So you got all the abbreviations right, and did you get all the names of all the councils and all the uniformly approved things? Now, there are a few old British approved names, that is capital BAN names. Now, about all these things, more details I will withhold till my next episode release. And yes, now I am putting a break to my talk at present. Hope you all really finding this topic useful and very interesting. Actually, it is very interesting, I'm sure, because I also find this topic quite interesting. So keep the interest candle lighting till I come back with another wool yarn of conversations. Okay? For all the updates and latest episodes of my podcast, please visit www.ispharmacologydifficult.com, where you can also sign up for a free monthly e-newsletter of mine. It actually contains a lot of updates about the medical sciences, drug information, and my podcast updates also. You can follow me on different social media handles like Twitter, Insta, Facebook, and LinkedIn. They are all with the same name, Is Pharmacology Difficult. If you are listening for the first time, do follow me here, whatever platform you are consuming this episode. Stay tuned. Do rate and review on iTunes, Apple Podcast. Stay safe, stay happy, stay enlightened. Thank you.